Okay, into the evening session hours, there was a long, and I definitely wanted to be long tonight. That rotated a bit. We got a short signal. I ignored that. I did thin down. I was in 8 MNQs. In this area, I cashed out 4, left 4 on, and then hit really deep targets. So an account I typically would go for 710. I didn't have my daily profit objective set at 710. I left that out that I had on, and boy, did that rip. So not at all surprised. Now, I'm not touching anything the rest of the night. I got my move that I was looking for. I knew there'd be some sort of a pop tonight, and wow, was that a nice one. And I got some really nice hits on the big accounts. So anyhow, that was nice using the 88 Renko. Let's go look at this morning. It was pretty easy, I thought, this morning in the time window that I typically trade on the 88, in and amongst stuff that I do with the scalper. They all worked great today. 1 minute chart did great, scalper chart, and then this new setup. So this morning, I had no desire to be short coming into the day, mainly because I was of thought Trump is going to win the election without any problems. And I was thinking very likely out of the open, if there's any sort of little pissy sell-off, it's basically a head fake to, I'll buy the first pullback they give me. Well, they gave a little bit of pullback after my typical 732 time window. And the automation did get into it because I did have it on, and basically had a little bit of a short move. Then it flipped along, so that was a little bit of a loser. But then the long, ran up pretty nice, and I got my daily goal pretty quick, and then some. I didn't have 710 set. I had it set a little higher. I watched it, and on this additional push into the morning, I got over my 710 and ended the day pretty decent to shut that then down on the 150K accounts. So anyhow, that was good. Now let's go take a look. The 1 minute chart did fantastic today. The good old 1 minute MNQ template. Let's get rid of the drawing there. I just knew we were going to pop tonight. That was almost like free money. That was a heck of a move. But anyhow, let's go look at the time window. So anything after 7:32 U.S. Central Time, there's 7:30ish, so I'm waiting. The long got triggered by the 1 minute template, and if you didn't get your daily goal on that move, which I'd be surprised, you got a few ads, and eventually later in the day it pressed higher. Institutionals, basically any attempt at a pullback, they were getting back in and juicing this thing all the way up, literally till right into the afternoon. There was a light bit of a pullback into the later part of the day, but then let's go take a look where they parked it, and then they came in and juiced it again, and I'm sure there was a lot of short covering into the close at 1500 hours, which is 3 p.m. Chicago, Globex time, U.S. Central Time. So not surprising, any sellers that were hanging on just let go. I think I don't know, I think it's been very apparent Trump's going to win the election. Just, I don't care what side you're on. I couldn't see any data at all that showed she has any chance at all. That's just what it has felt like. We'll see what the actual election shows, but it's just, I wasn't seeing any what I would call statistical evidence of her having any chance of winning. So anyhow, we had the pop, and then it grinded a bit in the early evening hours, and then buyers started coming in right there. That was that long setup I showed you. Had a little bit of a pullback and then off to the races. But the 1 minute template was one and done today. So great job on the 1 minute template. And I've been telling, in some of the training, during the day session hours or prime hours or whatever instrument you're trading, these little lightning bolt looking patterns are really nice. If somebody just wants to quick scalp trend continuation trades. You get the kind of lightning bolt pattern in the cloud, the grid cloud, in conjunction, in this case, in rally mode, you get a pullback candle and then a lift candle. So you'd enter on the lift candle, stop just a few ticks but more below the most recent low price pivot, and you can quick scalp those as just a standalone pattern when you see a market starting to get a running or developing trend. And you can do the same thing to the downside. But if you see it, the pattern is, it looks like a little bit of a lightning bolt. So let me kind of blow that up. See that right there? You get the pullback candle. So you have very linear, what I call linear price action of high momentum. You'll get a kickback candle against that. And then you get a lift candle. So on that lift candle, what happens in that is it creates a pattern in the indicator that looks like a lightning bolt. So right there, there's the lightning bolt. So you'd enter here, stop here, and grab your quick scalps. So you can dial in a time frame that you like best, but those are good trend continuation trade setups that you can use with the grid cloud indicator. So any sort of a pullback and uptrend or the grid MA alerts indicator stays cyan and you get a pullback and lift, even if the cloud goes partially red then back to green, any of those type of things are pickup points that you can take advantage of in a running trends, whether they be uptrends or downtrends. So there you have it. We got the pop on the it looks like the markets are pretty confident of the election results. That takes uncertainty out of the market, and that the market has been very biased to the upside. Yeah, we've had some pullback days here, but cyclically or seasonality, we're coming into a period where the institutionals like to juice the market higher so they can finish their funds as strong as possible so they can get their bonuses. So it's not uncommon to see markets get juiced in November and December, meaning they're just going to throw liquidity at it and pretty it up as best they can to get fund performances as high as possible into end of year so they can get their bonuses. It's just a big game. But anyhow, there you have it. Nice move tonight. And up we go. We'll see if Europeans then grab this and run with it tonight. See what kind of action we get tonight. But I'll put out some videos tomorrow. And I have a whole bunch of updates and a whole bunch of stuff that's coming to conclusion on the programming side, and some announcements to make on what's going to get deployed next and next and next and so on. Okay, there you have it. If you have any questions, just let me know. info@gridalgo.com. Talk to y'all later.